Julia Jordan, your favorite real estate agent. I was online yesterday and I'm on some real estate agent pages, and the question was, what is a service animal and what is an emotional support animal? So an emotional support animal, if you go online and you get yourself a little license because you really like your Chihuahua and your Chihuahua is good for you when you watch TV and you just feel so much better, that is an emotional support animal. You can go online and spend money for a license. It is worth nothing in real estate, at least. I understand you love your doggo and your doggo is good for you. So is chocolate, but that does not mean that your doctor would prescribe you chocolate. So on the other hand, a service animal is an animal, whichever kind of animal, that is trained for a very specific service. Let's say you were born with no arms and they trained a dog for you, Harry, the golden retriever, and Harry is trained to open your refrigerator, get you the the milk out and put it on the counter, and then you can pour your coffee because you learned how to pour your coffee with your feet and add the milk, and then Harry puts the milk back in the fridge. That is a dog specially trained for a specific disability, and Harry the dog would have been trained by a company and prescribed by a doctor. It would say Harry the dog is needed for XYZ disability, and this person, Susan with no arms, Susan needs Harry. So we would have some kind of a paper of a doctor stating that Harry is needed and a service animal to cope with a certain disability. And you know, there are 5 million disabilities, and dogs trained for all kinds of things. Dogs trained, or other animals trained, to sniff when blood sugar levels go down, or when a heart attack is coming, or epilepsy, or whatever kind of disability. There's a lot out there, of course. So what I wanted to say also is, if you are a landlord and someone applies for your property and says, I have a emotional support animal, and it happened to me, and they were like, what do you mean it does not mean anything? And I'm like, well, for the lease it does not mean anything. Yes, you can still bring your Chihuahua, but you have to pay pet deposit. Usually our average is $250 is non-refundable, $250 is refundable, and it keeps the landlord safe because every added animal on the lease is basically adding to any kind of damage that could have been done. Sometimes they, pee on the carpet or scratch the doors, and someone needs to pay for that. So these amounts are going towards the deposit to keep the landlord safe. And if you have two dogs do not do the same damage. One pees on the carpet and the other one will scratch the doors. They all have different weird habits. So you have to pay 2 times the pet deposit. That's why when you love animals, just buy a home with me. Just avoid all of this nonsense of renting if you can help it. And I can help you with that too. On the other hand though, when you have a support animal, this animal does not count as a dog anymore. As agents, we can definitely not say, hey, you have to pay pet deposit. It is considered like a tool. I don't say Harry the dog is a tool. I say Harry the dog is considered as a tool, as, let's say, a person with a wheelchair. We cannot say, I don't like wheelchairs, so you don't get the property. We can say the property is not wheelchair friendly. It will not be a match. We can say that, and the person will probably move on and not apply for the property. But we cannot discriminate a person for the tool that they need for their disability. Yeah, if a person, let's say, is blind and they have a dog to guide them, the dog does not fall under pet. We do not have a pet agreement on the lease. We need, of course, the proper documentation of the doctor, but we do not use a pet addendum or pet deposit. All of that is out of the window. We are not charging a pet deposit. And I saw it yesterday on our HAR page that several agents were asking for that. And I was a little bit surprised that people really don't know. The agents don't know, and my videos are often watched by agents, and also the public doesn't know. So I have tenants, they went online and they told me, I don't exactly know the amount anymore, but $250, $350 or so they paid for some online paper, and there are people taking advantage of you. So don't spend your money on that. Ask an expert. Is this a support animal? Probably now you already know. 99% of all the dogs that we get applied for as an emotional service animal are some kind of aggressive breed. I personally love pit bulls, I love German shepherds, I love all of them, but it is an issue for the landlord with the insurance. There usually needs to be additional insurance in place. What is not a problem. You can simply pick the right carrier and add on your renter's insurance your pit bull or whatever. So now we just need to have the landlord in agreement, and usually the landlord doesn't have a problem. The landlords have a bad rap, but the landlord doesn't care if you have a Chihuahua or a pit bull. Both can scratch, both can pee on the carpet. Hopefully they don't, and hopefully you raise them well. But those people try to find exits how to get their dog into the property, maybe without paying additional insurance for that. What is actually not very expensive. That silly emotional support animal paper is more expensive. To get the dogs to, they love their pit bull. But when you love pit bulls, again, my answer is, how about we make you a homeowner and you can have as many for no additional charge as you want, okay? That was my 2 cents on service animal versus emotional support animal. Don't get fooled over, okay? They all just want your best out there, and that's your money, okay? Bye. Have a good day.